Like, I'm sure everyone has heard a ghost story in one form or another. Campfire tales designed to make the hairs on the back of your neck raise up and then eventually end with your terrified scream. But those are just stories, nothing more. Ghosts aren't real. I mean, they can't be, can they? Ghosts can go by many different names. Phantom, poltergeist, specter, well, the list goes on. It doesn't matter what you call them, they can be pretty scary. The very idea that someone who is supposed to be dead but now is floating around just waiting to frighten you is pretty unnerving. So then, let's look for some proof. Some ghost sightings that happen are in the form of orbs. Even paranormal investigators admit that it's usually just dust or small bugs, but not all the time. Some investigators believe that these spirit orbs are made of energy and can show up as different colors. Orbs have been visible in photographs for a long time, but more so since the digital camera came out. They believe it's due to the fact that digital cameras are able to detect energies that older cameras could not. I understand that a lot of people believe in orbs, that they are possibly long dead loved ones or guardian angels, and that's perfectly fine. But this isn't make you believe, it's make me believe, and I have trouble buying that the orbs could possibly be wandering spirits. According to some, one of the ways to determine if an orb is a ghost or just dust is to use your intuition. Well, if I really wanted to see ghosts and spirits, I think every speck in my pictures are possible spirits then. There's no solid evidence that would prove orbs are spirits, and that doesn't work for me. Now, poltergeists are the type of ghosts that are known for moving things, making loud noises, and generally being a nuisance. There have been instances where witnesses claim that they were physically injured, biting, scratching, things of that nature. Or in this woman's case, dodging furniture and then getting knocked down. Problem is, I can't verify if this is real or staged. It's supposedly CCTV footage and it looks genuine. That woman seems terrified. If it was just a prank, then she'd have to be in on it, and she looked way too believable to me. It's a tough one. Now, this gentleman was just strolling down an empty corridor when suddenly, then he goes for a little ride. If you look closely, you can see a shape, a blur, or something. Again though, this could have been staged, or not. What are your thoughts? Now there are some famous ghosts out there too. The Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. She is called that because witnesses claim she's wearing a brown dress. The first known sighting was in 1835 during a Christmas party. Two of the guests admit to seeing the apparition. One of the guests said she had very dark, empty eye sockets with a glowing face. This image was taken in 1936 by Captain Hubert Prevand, who was taking pictures of Raynham Hall for Country Life magazine. As they were packing up, his assistant Indri Shira saw misty vapors slowly take the shape of a woman coming down the stairs. Skeptics think something was smeared on the lens to give that effect, or quite possibly double exposure. It still looks pretty interesting to me. Another famous ghost is the Tulip Staircase ghost. In 1966, Reverend Ralph Hardy wanted to take a photo of a staircase, which is called the Tulip Staircase. It's located at the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England. Once the film was developed, it showed the ghostly figure who appeared to be grasping the railing with both hands. Many experts, some from Kodak, inspected the original negatives, and they all agreed that they were not tampered with. This is impressive. What I wanted to find is some very convincing video proof of ghosts. I assure you, there was no shortage of alleged ghost sighting videos on the net. They were everywhere. The tricky part was trying to find videos and images that appeared to not be obviously faked. There were so many that could just be lighting reflecting off something or obvious pranks. Well, like this one. There are students from a school in Ireland that claim they caught a ghost or something paranormal on camera. It was CCTV footage that shows a door opening on its own and slamming shut. Lockers started shaking. One of these lockers opens up and throws all the contents to the floor, and then the wet floor sign gets flipped. As it turns out, this was just a stunt in preparation for the Halloween prank contest they were going to have. It's videos like this one that make it difficult to find decent proof. This one, on the other hand, is different. It's from 1989, way before they had home video effects, and I have to say it looks pretty creepy. A couple complained that they felt some kind of presence in the house. So Daniel Hobbit, yes, that's his name, came over with his camera to investigate. He caught this dark shape just hovering there. He also got its reflection in the mirror. Not sure what to make of that. In the end, when it comes to believing ghosts, it really depends on the person. Someone who has never experienced something paranormal will probably not believe, always citing that there is a logical explanation to everything. Coming to this conclusion was difficult for me, as I consider myself a logical person. But I believe. I've had a few incidents that made me wonder if what I saw was what I thought I saw. But there was one experience that pushed me over the fence. It was about 10 years ago. I was working with a group of people, and we were moving boxes of items from one end of this building to another. The corridor where the boxes were there was a wall that was all glass with a doorway. And I go down there, and it was just a small little corridor, so it's like really only one, maybe two people could fit down it. I go down, and I go to grab a box, and I look up and I see my reflection in the glass. Just a fuzzy silhouette, and then behind me there was another one. So I go to grab a box, and I tell the person, "Don't worry, I'll be out of your way in a second." Pick up the box, turn around, there was no one there. That kind of freaked me out. I actually stood there for a few minutes not knowing what to do. I turned around, and there was only one reflection again. I can't shake the feeling that something happened that day. Well, thank you for watching, and if you like what you saw, please be sure to hit that like button and then subscribe. My name's Rick, and if you can't make me believe, it's just make-believe. Till next time.